Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I thought I would share with you my York Big 12 Special Equipment Collection. Now I don't own the whole set, but I do own what is I consider the hardest pieces to find. I mean, anyone can find York weights and barbells online, but the hardest things to really find are the York Health Shoe, the York Kettlebell handles, the neck strap or the head strap for neck development, and original bars that actually fit into the kettlebell handles and the the York Health shoe. So these came with a 200-pound barbell set usually, and as well as with wrist rollers, some courses, and even extra bars for dumbbells. And it was all together 12 pieces of equipment, therefore called the York Big 12 Special. And I want to show you today how these actually fit together and work, because it used to really make a great home gym, basically. I mean, Wader had their own version, and I actually own a York version. They were basically the same thing. Your own really good and effective home gym, by the way. Better than the machines and crap that they sell nowadays, that's for sure. Here we have the original article from Strength and Health magazine. I've chosen March 1964 with Val Vasiliev on the cover. Of course, classic. And we have an ad for the York Big 12 Special. I'll just zoom that in real good for you, so you can appreciate this bit of a nostalgic home equipment history. And as I mentioned, it used to have a 200-pound barbell. It came with some dumbbell bars as well, of course, where you put the weight on. You've got a heavy-duty head strap for neck development, a wrist roller, a pair of 9-inch bars to also be used as dumbbell training, but that also thread through the iron boots. Some steel bars that could be converted into swing bars, and a pair of York kettlebell handles, and of course the books, many books with all the courses, several courses, 4 courses in total from York Barbell Club. Now, as mentioned, both Wader and York had their own home gym equipment, and the Big 12 Special is a really cool find for me. And now I'll just quickly show you how they actually work. I'll zoom out a little bit again. So if we, for example, start with the head strap for neck development, as you can see, this is still in really good condition, by the way. Let me zoom out a little bit more, that's better. We can see that it looks initially rather complicated, but actually this is where your head would fit in, right? If you imagine the dome of your skull here, you would sit that on your head. This would attach to the back of your neck, basically the base of your skull, the top of your skull, and this would be, from what I remember, the front of your skull. And at the sides here we have some hooks, right? We can see these hooks where this V-shaped piece of iron sits with a chain, and this chain then hooks onto this little hook here that allows you to then hang weights on this chain, and then you would be, for example, sit this on your head and perform some neck movements all over the place. This is the original head strap from York Barbell Club from the Big 12 Special. Awesome. And this is excellent for head and neck muscle development, and I definitely want to start doing that myself. I've actually started doing all kinds of wrestlers bridges to develop my neck, and I guess the next step now is using resistance. So similarly with the York Big 12, oops, why is that not working? Okay, anyway, with the York Big 12 Special, you have what? I'm trying to zoom in, but it's not working. The kettlebell handles, right? These weigh, I'd say, at least 2 kilos, right? 2 kilos each. And as you can see, they've got these holes that allow you to thread the the bar that actually comes with it to create your own kettlebell. And I mean, that already weighs a good 10 pounds or 5 kilos, right? You start putting more weight and it becomes an adjustable kettlebell. Awesome. Wader sold the same thing. It's fantastic. Now, this bar itself, which weighs at least 5 pounds or 2.5, 3 kilos at least, of course came with a wrench and these collars that allowed you to make your own dumbbells, or even a swing bar, which was something that was used in the past where you basically put the weights in the middle and swing the bar up and down and do all sorts of exercises, two-handed exercises, triceps extensions, bicep curls, presses, everything with one bar. It's kind of like holding the weight at both ends, and the weight sits in the middle like so, right? And you do all sorts of exercises. It was called a swing bar. It is not seen nowadays at all, right? And finally, you had the York Health shoe. These are the original straps of the York Health shoe, which weighs a good 5 pounds at least. You put your foot in there, and again, it contains these holes here where you would place the bar through, and that already is quite a lot of weight, right? That's at least 5 kilos there. Then you'd progressively increase the resistance by placing weights, small discs on each side, and do things. For example, you could really load it up and make leg presses out of this, right? You could do some leg presses. You could do some leg curls. And the old timers really swear by using the York or the Wader Health shoe for leg curls. They say hamstring development using these iron shoes was something else, and I would like to try that myself. I might even do some demo videos. Also fantastic for abdominal development, and I mean the York Health shoe was also used for calves, for thighs. You could do leg extensions. If you imagine strapping this on your foot, now you've got resistance. You can do leg curls, leg extensions, presses. You can do even calf presses, rotations, all sorts of things. Really unusual exercises. No one does, for example, works the anterior tibialis, where you would have your foot. Oh, hell, I'll use my own foot, right? My nice little striped grandma winter socks there. But no one, for example, loads weight on their foot and performs exercises, for the anterior tibialis, where you put the foot upwards instead of pressing always for the calves, right? And there's other exercises that the old timers used to recommend, like doing foot rotations, clockwise, anti-clockwise, left and right, etc., etc. So you could work your whole lower leg and your upper leg using the York Health shoe or the Wader Health shoe, whatever they were. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this look at the York Big 12 Special. Now, for most of you that have seen my previous video on Bill Hinburn's book collection, I now, of course, own the York Barbell and Dumbbell System. I'm trying to find copies of the York Leg Development course, the Swing Bar course, the Kettlebell course, to really complete all the information, as well as other pieces of equipment. And then I'll really have a York Big 12 Special, or a combination of the Wader and York, marry the two that hated each other so much. And I'll make my own home gym, my own old school home gym out of this stuff, and hopefully start demonstrating some of these courses. I really enjoy collecting this old stuff because yeah, it's just so cool. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm. Leave me your comments, and thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work so that I can keep acquiring this old kind of equipment and start showing you, doing demonstrations, etc. If you want to support this work, this is going to go into my physical culture museum that I always talk about. If you want to support that work, please donate via PayPal. Of course, you can always donate your books or magazine collections. I have some people right now that are interested in donating. Thank you very much. This really helps in my quest of developing a very large physical culture library and a physical culture museum, which I hope to one day open in the future. And yes, you can also support me via my Patreon account, and sorry, that's number 3, and via my website www.goldenerabookworm, where I have old school bodybuilding courses and books that are out of print. They are the many ways that I can be supported on these particular projects that I'm really interested in developing now. So that was the York Big 12 Special, collector's edition, if you want to call it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.